people have been really interested in talking more about Dragon Ball Super on the channel. So today I'd like to do another video where we talk about Kefla. Kefla is the fusion of Kale and Kefla, who recently appeared in Dragon Ball Super. If you're not caught up on the Tournament of Power, there will be spoilers for what is currently going on in Dragon Ball Super. Greetings and salutations, Scavenger. Welcome to the stream. Yep, and you guys up with streams back to back to back to back because I would like to have more content on the channel for you all to watch and participate in, and also because these are the easiest kinds of videos to do, and I just happen to have time to do them, considering how early I got up today and everything. So, Kefla. I have like a lot of questions for you all. Thank you for smashing that like button. Truly appreciate it. Smashing the like button shows me that you really like enjoy the content, that you like to see more videos like this. But I have a few questions for you all. Like, do you think Kefla can do the berserk form like Kale? Oh, yo, thank you all for like tuning in. I truly appreciate it. Make sure you smash that like button. Do you think Kefla can do the berserk form like Kale? Let's see. Kratos said, yeah, you're back, and not streaming Nexus. It's just easier for me to do streams where I just talk with you all live than it is for me to do gaming streams. Though, of course, I will do more streaming, like, of games. I haven't stopped streaming games by any means. Ima is on the stream. I guess this person would have to be Go, because we have another person who's named Ima. Because we have one person who comes on the stream whose name is I think I'm about to come, and then the other person who comes on the stream whose name is I'm gonna go jack off. Yo, is one of the squad? Yo, it's not the squad. Good to see you.
I'm counting up spaces back here. Sorry.
No problem.
Well, we just need to take a quick look and then.
Okay. Welcome.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Let me figure out one minute.
Lily, when I laid this out for education, that's exactly what I did, deans and advising.
Yeah, I mean, that would be kind of, again, it's accessible, it's up front.
You'd have your
So,
deans, associate
yeah.
deans.
Yeah, that's that.
Whoop. Good to see you. Right now I'm hanging out at the university, and they're doing like
Right,
a
that's
check
that,
for the
yeah.
different rooms. I like how Scavenger said lol and Nick got evicted.
Deans, associate deans, and advising.
Let's see.
And this is a record room.
Jack said, I think they thought he was going to come. Wow, that would be funny if, like, because that is exactly what was said right before. Let's see. Scrolling through. But yeah, right now I'm in one of the study rooms in the conference training center. And this is like a recent thing. So essentially this building was designed with like a whole bunch of different little areas for like students to come in, right? And they provided a lot of services for students. So now that we have the student services building, a lot of the stuff that used to be at the conference training center is now here. So because a lot of those services have moved on to another building, we have a lot of free rooms here that are now being used as study rooms and study spaces. So they're just coming through, counting all the different spaces that are available for students. I'll be right back. So let's see, I'm back. So I noticed Kratos posted something in the live chat. Kratos said, you haven't streamed a game that your fans can play with you in weeks. That's facts. You're right. Jack said, I wonder if they're going to draw Kefla like busted in Rule 34. Yeah, Kefla in Rule 34 is going to be busted. That's just how it is. Which is funny, because Kefla is not busted for real at all. She's pretty, like, flat. Kratos says, gotta go, school. He said, do Nexus tonight. Kratos has been wanting a Nexus stream for a good minute. But what we're currently... Oh, yeah, but Kefla, you know she's probably gonna get a lot of love by the fan community and, like, the fan art community and stuff like that. Even though she's not really that bodacious. I feel the same way about Kefla. Like, Kefla gets a lot of love in the fan art community, and they like make her like way more busted than she actually is, because she's not that busted in the show. I don't know what's up with that. I know exactly what's up with that because of the fact that's how the female android is like. I couldn't remember her number for the life of me. She's Android 18. She gets busted when she's like in fan art, but she's not actually busted. So I don't understand. But Jack says she's hot. Hey, to each their own. When it comes to Kefla, Jack just mentioned there's an Android 21. Android 21 is in Dragon Ball Fighters. A lot of people call it Dragon Ball Fighter Z. It's the new Arc System Works Dragon Ball fighting game. That's like a real fighting game and not just like a, play around and fly fighter. I mean, Xenoverse has like a somewhat competitive scene, but it's not really a competitive fighter like on the same level as like other games, like games we play on Fighting Central. But yeah, I think Android 21 is probably the most attractive Android character we've gotten so far. But that's subjective anyways. But trying to stay a little bit more on track, let's get back to Kefla. Do you think that Kefla will be able to go berserk like Kale does? Do you think that even matters, considering that Kefla's base form supposedly has limitless power, which is a pretty like big statement to make about any character. The idea that they may be infinite. Kefla herself in her base says that she felt like she was surging with infinite power on the inside, and Goku said he could sense no limit to her power, but that's without her transforming at all. And what transformations do you think Kefla will be able to have? A lot of people think Kefla will go Super Saiyan 3, and that makes sense because Kefla has been wanting to go Super Saiyan 3 for the longest time, you know what I mean? And then with Kefla wanting to go Super Saiyan 3, I imagine they're going to try to, but I think they may overstep and Kefla may go beyond Super Saiyan 3. Now you may be like, what is beyond Super Saiyan 3? You may be like, no, I couldn't see them going beyond it, but I would argue that they probably are capable of going beyond. And I'll give my reasons why. For one, Goku said that he believed that Kefla, not Kefla, which is the fusion of Kefla and Kale, but while fighting Kefla, he said, I believe you could go beyond Super Saiyan 3. And beyond Super Saiyan 3 could be Super Saiyan Rage, potentially, which is what Trunks did in the Merge Zamasu arc. It could potentially be saying he believes she could go like blue, but I feel blue isn't really power related, it's more control related. Not saying that it's not a powerful form, but how you achieve it is not necessarily just being really powerful, it's actually having control over your power. But I feel like Kale and Kefla, now that they've seen Super Saiyan 3, will try to go Super Saiyan 3, but they'll hit this beyond Super Saiyan 3 thing that's been hinted by Goku. Whether or not that means that they'll get Super Saiyan Rage, which right now is the only character who has that we know of is Trunks, or it could mean that she gets like some new transformation. Maybe they make like a canon version of Super Saiyan 4. This has not like been confirmed or anything, but the fact that they hint that there could be something more powerful than Super Saiyan 3, that's like a Super Saiyan transformation that they believe that Kefla could possibly achieve. I mean, that's interesting. I think that's a cool idea. Do you think Batara fusion works the same way as it used to? So I may be mistaken, and you can correct me on this, either in the live chat or in the comment section below. But I believe that the way that Batara fusion used to work is that it was a multiplication of the individual power levels of two beings. So if two beings were like at a power level of 5 and they Batara fusioned, you would hit a power level of 25 kind of thing. But the way that Batara fusion was described in a recent episode of Dragon Ball Super, keep in mind these are Batara earrings from Universe 6, so as far as we know they could follow different rules. It was described not as a direct multiplication of the two power levels together, but greater than the sum of the individual parts multiplied tens of times. And tens of times sounds like at most like 90, like times 90 or whatever. So like greater than adding them together multiplied by like times 90 or so. But then her base seems like, so far as what we've seen, like it has like infinite power. So, I mean, that's really powerful for Potara. I wouldn't even say that Vegito has infinite power, you know what I mean? So, I don't know how I feel about that. The scavenger said you should do a reaction to an SSJ9K parody. I like the way you think. I'm actually a big SSJ9K fan. A lot of people like Team 4 Star, but I've never enjoyed Team 4 Star. You know what I mean? The scavenger says it is just multiplication. That's what I thought. So that's why I thought it was weird when they said it's greater than the sum of the parts multiplied by tens of times. Because I was like, why is it so obscure? The OG obscure fusion was Metamoran fusion, where you had to do the fusion dance. Now that form of fusion was really obscure, because we don't have like real math for that one. That one essentially says greater than the sum of its parts. You know, like the definition in the special attack dictionary is like beyond what either individual would be capable of, kind of thing. Like the Pataran fusion for Universe 6 sounds more like Metamoran fusion than it does Patara fusion that we have in Universe 7. So I find that to be interesting. A lot of people want to know, also thank you all for smashing that like button, truly appreciate it. A lot of people want to know, will Goku and Vegeta fuse? And they're curious, will Goku and Vegeta fuse using Patara earrings? Like, do they happen to have some in their back pocket? Will they use Kalen Khalifla's Patara earrings? That's another thing that a lot of people have been talking about. Or will they possibly do the Metamoran dance? But I don't feel like Goku and Vegeta want to fuse. I feel like they would rather fight the tournament themselves because they want to prove that they're the strongest in the multiverse. We have a few more comments in the live chat that I like to react to. Scavenger said, I wish Goku would stop playing with his food and just eat up them hoes and spit them out. So Scavenger brings up a really good point. A lot of people are upset because Ribriand, the fat magical girl, is still in the tournament, and Ribriand is just actual cancer. She's overhyped and she doesn't do anything, and I really want more of the Henshin guy that they introduced recently. So in a recent episode of Dragon Ball Super, we had a character who can change between modes, and he has a speed mode where he can multiply his speed by 300 times, which in a tournament where Dispo is a thing, that's really dumb, because Dispo can multiply his speed by thousands of times, so get the fuck out of here, Mr. Speed Mode. But I imagine he has multiple different modes that multiply different attributes of himself, and he may have an ultimate mode, and he challenged Frieza to a fight. So I want to see more of him. Fuck Ribrianne, you know, like, and characters like Ribrianne should already be out of the tournament. They shouldn't be like characters that a whole bunch of like really powerful people fight but don't beat. Like Goku should have already beat Ribrianne. Vegeta should already beat Ribrianne. Ribrianne shouldn't be in the tournament. She's just a garbage character and she's not interesting. And they made her seem a lot more interesting when we first were introduced to Ribrianne, and she like randomly like kills like a couple like throwaway characters. I was like, whoa, like who the fuck is that? But then she ended up just being a really annoying character, and the best magical girl ended up dying way before like things actually happened. So let's see. Oh, is this someone new in the live chat? I gotta get it back up again. Girl, that's a booty hole. Is this I called you a character. Is this live chat member's name? And he says, I wonder how big Kefla's booty hole is. He says they're hyping her up for something. And they're definitely hyping up Kefla. I agree. They're hyping her up. It seems like to defeat Goku. Not to necessarily knock him out of the Tournament of Power, but based on the title of the next episode, it seems like Goku's gonna go blue and Kefla is going to beat Super Saiyan Blue. Oh, girl, that's a booty hole said, I mean Ribrianne. So you think they're hyping up Ribrianne? They better be hyping up Ribrianne to get bodied. Maybe they're gonna have a cat fight, and maybe Kefla will finally knock out Ribrianne. They replace a bad female character with a slightly better female character. I'd be fine with that. The scavenger said, so yeah, Goku and Vegeta need to spit out their pride and go Super Saiyan White and fuse. Fucking Super Saiyan White. So I don't think they'll spit out their pride. I feel like Goku and Vegeta would rather like push themselves, especially with Ultra Instinct. I've heard other people talk about this, but the idea that Goku knows he can reach Ultra Instinct makes it seem like he would rather try and push himself to reach that level again to overcome the opponents by himself than he would just, rather than result to like fusing. Let's see. The scavenger said Goku will have a new form called Super Saiyan White. I just know it. I mean, Super Saiyan White, I don't feel like Goku needs another new form. We have Ultra Instinct. I think Goku's next form should be what was teased on that candy thing. So there was a candy statue of Goku where Goku had red spiky hair. So it was like being Super Saiyan God and being Super Saiyan 2. So it was more like Super Saiyan Red kind of thing. And I really liked that design. I would have preferred that design over Ultra Instinct. But I feel like, if anything, I want that to be the next like Super Saiyan level that Goku achieves. Would be like Super Saiyan God 2 or something. Or just Super Saiyan Red. I think that would be like the best thing for him. Now, Girl That's a Booty Hole said Super Saiyan White sounds too much like Super Saiyan 5, which is just like a fan concept. And then Girl That's a Booty Hole said that might be Kaioken and Ultra Instinct or Super Saiyan 2 God. I lean closer to it being Super Saiyan 2 God rather than it being Kaioken Ultra Instinct, considering the fact that Ultra Instinct doesn't have the spiky hair. It's more Goku's normal hair. So if you put a Kaioken red tint over it, that doesn't necessarily make it spike up. The scavenger also calls it SSJ Red. I've seen things called SSJ Blood or whatever. We have a lot of names for what it might be. But I want to see that next from Goku. But when it comes to Kefla, I'm curious like what all Kefla can do without like just draining the Batara fusion and having it go out. Like if Kefla goes beyond Super Saiyan 3, I imagine the Batara fusion will last not too long. I think Kefla is safe in the Super Saiyan 2 range, but if she goes Berserk 3 or beyond 3 to either like Super Saiyan Ikari, which is another name for Super Saiyan Rage, or to new Super Saiyan 4, that it'll definitely set her aback. You know what I mean? Like I feel like her fusion will be cut too short and possibly at a really dire moment. Right now, Kefla in her base seems like she's at infinite level, and to give perspective, Jiren can shake the void, which is infinite. So Jiren is like infinite plus. Goku can shake the void in Ultra Instinct, and the void is infinite. So Goku is also infinite plus. But in Ultra Instinct specifically, he's infinite plus. So for Kefla's base to be infinite, if it is as it has been portrayed, she's like the third most powerful character that we know of in the Tournament of Power. Vegeta is yet to show his hand, so we don't know how powerful Vegeta actually is in the tournament, so we'll have to see. I feel like Kaba got dicked on, and he got dicked out of a good thing. We've yet to see two people of different genders fuse. So I think it would have been interesting if we saw Kaba and Kefla fuse. But Kaba and Kefla don't have the relationship that would make a fusion cool. It's better to have Kefla and Kale fuse because of the fact that like they have that relationship with each other that really drives Kale to be better, and it helps Kale and Kefla fight together as a unit to be able to take on someone as powerful as Goku. Girl That's a Booty Hole said, do you think something bad will be in the WT Hun? The WT Hun. What is that? He said like someone evil will interrupt. I think he means the Tournament of Power. WT I'm used to being like World Tournament or something. So people have been talking about whether or not the tournament will be interrupted for a while, like whether or not it'll be like the Grand Priest or will interfere or something like that. And I know why people say that, because the last, I may be wrong. No, I think the last tournament arc we had, no, someone won. Someone won, because the last tournament arc we had was the pre-game for the Tournament of Power, when Universe 7 faced off against, I think, Universe 9, the one that had the wolves, the Trio de Danger or whatever. That had a winner at the end. So it's been a minute since we've had a tournament that's been interrupted. And the Boo Saga, the World Tournament, was interrupted. But since then, the Universe 6 tournament, Monaco won, and then in the pre-games for the Tournament of Power, Universe 7 won. So I think it's Gucci. I don't think it'll interfere. Girl That's a Booty Hole said the Grand Priest looks evil. I mean, they were hinting more at them being evil early on when universes were first starting to be, like, erased, and then you'd see, like, an angel smile or some shit. So it's interesting. Girl That's a Booty Hole said, I'm a girl, so I know. She said that Grand Priest looks like one of those small penis freaks. I mean, the Grand Priest seems weird. Whether or not the Tournament of Power will be interrupted, I doubt it. I don't think it will. I feel like if anyone tried to interrupt the Tournament of Power, the Xenos would just erase them. Like, the Xenos would have to be the antagonist. Because if anyone who's below Xeno was to fuck up and interrupt Xeno's tournament, Xeno would just erase them, and that would get rid of the problem. Girl That's a Booty Hole said, what if they trap them? Trap them how? You know, like, who will trap the Xenos? Cocoette? Cocoette can put you in, like, a pocket dimension, but do the Xenos' powers extend past pocket dimensions? I think they do. Considering that Xeno can casually just destroy an entire universe, I feel like it should at the very least extend past the pocket dimension. Scavenger said, Gotenks should show up and kill Kefla, but as future Gotenks. We're getting in hard, like, fan fiction territory there. I would love to see Gotenks fight Kefla, because there are a lot of similarities between Kefla and Gotenks. The drive for Super Saiyan 3, like wanting to become Super Saiyan 3, fusing really early on, like before your character is like really established, gaining Super Saiyan insanely quickly without like being shown like doing like hard training to achieve Super Saiyan. Like, a lot of the really fast character development for two characters who've just been introduced, who are Saiyans, who happen to fuse, the similarities between Gotenks and the Buu Saga and Kefla and the Tournament of Power are very noticeable. So I know that a lot of people would like to see that develop further. Girl That's a Booty Hole said, you can't kill in there. Girl That's a Booty Hole said, Yamcha Ultra Instinct might happen. What a fucking meme. If Yamcha Ultra Instinct happened, it would have to be in like Dragon Ball Isekai or whatever. So there was a Yamcha Isekai book, and I've done a whole Jet Reacts to Yamcha Isekai video before, and I really liked it because it's one of those stories where someone from our world is transported into the world of Dragon Ball in the body of Yamcha. But I could only imagine that through Yamcha Isekai's like bullshit would we ever get Yamcha Ultra Instinct. The Scavenger said, Gotenks! Exclamation point, exclamation point. But Gotenks is not in the Tournament of Power, and I doubt that Gotenks would be allowed to just pop in without getting erased by Zeno. You know, like, that's just how it goes. I feel like the way that the Tournament of Power is going is that either Universe 6 will win, Universe 7 will win, or Universe 6 and 7 will win through a tie by having like equal representatives from both universes like at the very end. And then either Universe 6 will win and they'll wish back Universe 7, Universe 7 will win and they'll wish back Universe 6, neither universes get destroyed, or it'll be a meme where one universe wishes for the other universe to be the same universe. So they wish for Universe 6 and Universe 7 to be combined. Because you could argue that, like, being able to wish a universe back defeats the purpose of the Tournament of Power, because the idea of the Tournament of Power is to get rid of the lower mortal level universes. So if you wish them to be the same universe, hopefully by combining them they have a higher mortal level, so it helps solve the mortal level problem and also lets you keep the cast of characters that have been established in both universes. So I think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to combine Universe 6 and Universe 7 into one thing. And you could do that regardless of what happened. If it's a tie, the Xenos could be like, well, we still got to fix the mortal level thing. So, and they like put them together. It could be one universe wins and they just wish for them to be put together, or another universe wins and they wish for them to be put together. Vanessa Brooks said Vegito and put like heart on eyes, smiley face, or whatever. So Vegito would be interesting, but like I said, I feel like Vegeta and Goku want to prove that they're the strongest in the multiverse. They don't want to prove that Vegito is the strongest in the multiverse. They don't want to prove that Gogeta is the strongest in the multiverse. They want to prove that they individually are the strongest. And I feel like if it was down to the wire and there are only two people left, Goku and Vegeta, so Universe 7 is essentially one no matter what, because they were like the last men standing, I could see them fighting off against each other at the very end, because now that they've established that they're the strongest in the multiverse, they need to get another rival fight in to like prove for sure who is the strongest. And I could even see them knocking each other out of the Tournament of Power, which would be interesting. Goku, I think right now could definitely stomp on Vegeta with Ultra Instinct, but because Ultra Instinct only lasts so long, Goku still stomps. Just saying. Ultra Instinct is way beyond what we've seen Vegeta ever do in the current like super continuity. So unless Vegeta has something really fire in his back pocket, I don't know how he would like stand a chance. Kefla, I'm excited to see what they'll do with her. I want to see what her transformations are like. I want to see if she can go Berserk. I want to see if she can go 3. I know she should be able to go 2 minimum Super Saiyan 2 minimum. Just saying. It would be interesting if Kefla tried to go Super Saiyan 3 and she maxes out. Like Goku says there's actually no way for her to be any more powerful, because so far Goku has been like, I think you can go beyond. I think you can go beyond. I think you can go higher. But Goku could be like, you have just hit a point where like you just can't get any stronger than you are. Like this is your peak, and that'd be really interesting. Because I would like to see them put some limit on Kefla, considering the fact that Kale and Khalifah have just continued to be pushed harder and harder and harder and be stronger and stronger over time. Let's see, Scavenger said Vegito fuses with Gotenks. I would love to see a fusion of fusions as well. I think that would be really cool. What do you guys feel about Goku recovering so quickly? So Goku went from like 0 to 100 real quick, because he went from not having like power after like going Ultra Instinct and like draining his reserves to where like Goku's like running on empty, to now he can go Super Saiyan God while fighting Kale and Caulifla. But like in tournament time, it's literally been like mere minutes between Goku just being like on empty and having no power to now being powerful enough to like for a period go Super Saiyan 3 and for an extended period be in his Super Saiyan God form. So I don't know. I think that's really interesting, because they're essentially arguing that Goku's recovery ability is top kek to be able to go from nothing to God like that. A lot of people are upset that Kefla is as powerful as she is, considering the fact that the boost, like the cut between Super Saiyan 3 to Super Saiyan God is such a big jump in power, because Beerus doesn't give a fuck about Super Saiyan 3, but Super Saiyan God seemed to be able to like give Beerus somewhat of a run for his money. Not really though, because we know that Beerus is holding back or whatever, but the idea that Kale and Caulifla can't go Super Saiyan 3 as of yet, but they're able to give Super Saiyan God Goku somewhat of a run for his money, but not really, because God Goku was about to ice the shit out of him. But Kefla can more or less blitz Super Saiyan God Goku. It's interesting, to say the least. Also, does anyone think that we're going to get red herringed in the next episode? Because the next episode is like Super Saiyan Blue is defeated, right? But Vegeta can also go Super Saiyan Blue. So what if in the next episode Vegeta gets knocked out of the Tournament of Power by Kefla? Because Vegeta tries to face off against her while she's in like her fused like super form. And then while he's blue, she just knocks that nigga out. And then we get to see Super Saiyan Blue get defeated, but not Goku Blue get defeated. Vegeta Blue get defeated. It also would be a hard meme if instead of seeing either Goku or Vegeta be defeated in blue, if Goku and Vegeta fused in some way and went blue and then lost to Kefla, that would be like super bullshit. My bullshit sirens would ring so hard because the fusion of Goku and Vegeta should be way more powerful than Kefla. No debate, like for real. It's a totally different thing. I think I'm very surprised at the backlash of the idea that Kefla would be powerful enough to face off against Super Saiyan God, but I don't think it's that far-fetched at all. Girl That's a Booty Hole said, when is the Pornhub stream? Scavenger said, Super Saiyan Green Vegetanks. Fucking fan fiction. But, Kefla. I feel like Kefla being strong enough to fuck around with Super Saiyan God isn't that far-fetched, because the concept is like multiplying beyond a Super Saiyan form is a really big deal. The way that Batara fusion normally works is power level A multiplied by power level B, but that's always higher than like a Super Saiyan multiplier, if that makes sense. Like, we haven't seen a Super Saiyan multiplier that multiplies your power by like thousands of times that we're aware of. Like, we know that Super Saiyan God is stronger than Super Saiyan 3, but we don't know by exact number. You know what I mean? And we know that Super Saiyan Blue is more powerful than Super Saiyan God, but we don't know with exact numbers. We don't have the formula for that shit. But Batara fusion, like, next to Super Saiyan 3, no contest. Like, Vegito confirmed is more powerful than Super Saiyan 3, because it's the power level of Goku times the power level of Vegeta. So the idea that Super Saiyan God can be stomped on by a fusion shouldn't be that surprising, because fusions have always been significantly more powerful than like a normal transformation. And a transformed fusion is significantly more powerful than a fusion. That's just how it is. So it's not that surprising for Kefla to be able to dick on Goku as he's Super Saiyan God, and possibly even as Blue, because she still has more transformations up her sleeve than just her base fusion. But I need to start getting ready because I have to meet up with the guys at lunch. We're going to do some more nerd talk and everything in the cafeteria. I won't be able to stream. I'll be busy eating and drinking on the milkshakes, because you know I love milkshakes. So thank you all for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like this video, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that bell so you be notified whenever we do these live streams. Thank you all once again, and have a wonderful day. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, logging out. And make sure to share this video with a friend so that we can have more people to join in. Peace.